Chris Chinnock here for Display Central in the Kopin booth, where we've had a chance to talk about them about their kind of business strategy change, as well as some of the products and concepts that they've been developing. Kopin has historically been a supplier of the microdisplays, transmissive high-density microdisplays, LCD microdisplays for various head-mounted displays, augmented reality, and virtual reality solutions. More consumer-oriented, although they do have some military contracts too, including the GoldenEye, which I'll show you in just a sec. But they've recently they sold their 3.5 business for $75 million, put additional money in the bank. So they are basically a very well-funded, they like to say startup at this point, because they've kind of changed their strategy and are focusing much more on mobile and other devices. Like I say, it's kind of a strategy change. So now the idea is to work more down the food chain to develop full wearable solutions like these glasses here. So if you take a look at these, what this is actually have electronics on this side, electronics on this side. There's a little display right up here, which is actually will connect wirelessly and remotely with a smartphone. This was demoed to me earlier. I could very clearly see a nice image that hung up about here. I think this is about 10.5 degree field of view, with a resolution of 428 by 240, 18 millimeter eye relief, which is actually pretty good, and it was very bright. So what they've done in the last year or so is actually go from a micro display that was in the order of 500 nits or so to one that can actually output about 5,000 nits at the display level itself. So they've done that through a process, basically fabrication processes, by collimating the light that goes in through the display much better, and doing some light blocking technology at the device level. Obviously, they've also put in much higher brightness LEDs to be able to drive that. But when you actually start with that bright a display, the optics that are used to create these devices are less efficient than some previous designs, so you end up with on the order of probably 50 nits or so at the eye doing this. Now, the other thing that they've done, and what they're calling, is a pupil display. So the way this they explain it is you create a device that sits close enough to the eye that it's actually smaller than the pupil of the eye, so that collimated light will go directly into the eye, and it will create even though it is occlusive on the back, so it's not a see-through display, the fact that it's so small and smaller than the pupil means that your other eye can kind of look around it, and it creates essentially an augmented reality display. It looks transparent on the world. So when it's on, it doesn't look like there's something in back of it. It looks like it's transparent and overlaying the world. Turn it off, there's a black spot in your field of vision. So that's the concept that will help make these displays probably more useful for folks. On the other side of the business, they also do military displays. I should call them military and industrial. This is their GoldenEye product. This has a much wider field of view, about 20 degrees. It's fully integrated with tablets, smartphones, or PCs. It's voice activated. I took a demonstration of this, or I could actually start to navigate through the menu. It's command driven, so you have to say document 1, document 2, and other commands to, like zoom, to be able to move through the documents. So this is, for example, a technician or a manufacturing operation might like to use this. Very handy. Eventually, they think they want to kind of get down to things that are more this size here. They've got some designs that are also kind of headband designs that are, think of a quick service restaurant where you've got a microphone and a headband. Replace that microphone band now with an eyepiece band. Save some time in doing that. So really working hard to work with their customers to develop the SDKs, to develop the software, develop the applications, to develop the supply chain and component design, including audio. They've also purchased a number of companies to have the capability in-house to do a lot of this design and development work to support their customers. They don't want to be the manufacturers of these designs. They want to enable their customers to create these products. So that's pretty much the story from Kopin. Chris Chenok for Display Center.